Okay, here I go. So, I'm wanting to give my. Ooh, wow, off to a rough start already. I'm wanting to try out voice acting a little bit. I mean, I like doing it completely as an amateur, not at all trying to be professional at this, whatever. I just think it would be a fun hobby skill thing to get into, and I decided to couple it with my kind of reawakening to the visual novel genre through Persona 5, which, granted, I'm still playing through. I only have like 20 hours or so left of it, but I really, really like the visual novel side of things. So I thought, what better visual novel to start off with than Fate? So I'm gonna try my hand at this, and if I crash and burn, then I crash and burn. If not, then great. I just want to try my hand. I literally know nothing about voice acting other than I know that I can make some voices up, and I've had a couple of people comment that they've liked that before, or like when I used to do Twitch streaming. This is a very long-winded intro. Let's just go. Okay. The tip of the spear was like a flash of lightning, a spearhead thrust to skewer the heart. Even attempting to evade it was pointless. It was but a flash, too swift for the human eye to follow. Bam! And yet, moonlight swept in to save me from the strike that threatened to end me. The sound was beautiful, like the tolling of a bell. No, truth be told, the sound hung over me, heavier than an iron weight. This beauty had little to do with aesthetics. The stark armor wrapped about her was like the frozen night itself. The ringing was not in itself pleasant. It was the sound of steel. But the night herself was beautiful enough to make it into the chiming of a bell. There's Arthur. I've watched Fate Zero, so I know like a smidgen of the world, and I watched that when I was 16. I'm 24 now, so it's been a moment. So maybe I need to rewatch it. But I ask of you, are you my master? But spoken in Japanese. That was awful. I can do better than that. I ask of you, are you my master? Her voice resonated in the darkness. That's a me. I have come in response to your summons. Henceforth, my blade is with you, and your fate is with me. Our pact is now sealed. Gosh, the Japanese going on. I don't know if I should just keep on talking and yapping, or if I should pause and let it rip. Indeed, the pact was sealed. Just as she chose to serve me. I'm sure in that moment that I swore to save her. The moonlight cut through the darkness. As if in imitation of the night, the storehouse regained its former calm. Time had stopped. The vision before me had lasted less than a second. Be that as it may, I will always remember the sight of her as clearly as if it were still happening now, even if I fall into the depths of hell. The faint slant of her profile, her serene, divinely green eyes. For a moment, time stopped, and her silhouette, draped in blue, swayed in the wind. I was struck by the pale blue glow. I'm trying to hold back a burp. Oh gosh. That was a very bad attempt. Her hair, as fine as golden thread, was bathed in moonlight. Fate. Is there a title menu to this? Because I pulled it up and it was immediately text. This happened 10 years ago. I see someone who takes me back. He's tall, with chiseled features. I've never known him to crack a joke. He ruffles my hair affectionately. No, that's not what this is. It's more like he's grasping my head and working it like a stubborn jar lid. That's aggressive. Maybe he doesn't know how to control his strength. There's only... Oh, that's only to be expected. It's the first time he's ever done something like this. It's time for me to leave. You know what to do next. I answered yes in a somber voice. He nodded once, withdrew his hand, and stood up. What just happened? Oh, if I go down... Wait, what? The text goes away if my mouse goes down. Okay, that's all. Had I known this would be the last time we would ever see each other, I would have done my best to make him laugh with the perfect joke. I'd been practicing punchlines in private, in the hopes of finally seeing a smile crack that stony face. If I have one regret, it's that I never got to tell him any of my jokes. Am I the girl or am I a boy? Am I a different character now? Get the association in your debt before you become an adult. Any decisions after that, I leave up to you. I'm sure you'll manage on your own. So he said, but I bet he was worried about me. He told me about our family's heirloom jewels, our balls, our testicles, the gems passed down to us from our grandmaster, and how to manage the underground workshop. It was a rapid-fire course of subjects he'd never taught me before. Even as a child, I realized that he would probably never come home again. This is such a cold open of a game. There was a war. Not a war between countries, but between people. Countries have people. Countries have people. What are you talking about? But in this war, there were only 7 combatants. Oh, okay. They're leading up to the Holy Grail War. Okay. It might not have seemed fitting to call it a war, but having mages involved changes things. 7 mages from different factions competed, but I wasn't sure why. They killed each other using methods I didn't really understand. One of them was the man in front of me. It meant that he would kill and eventually be killed. I'm sure he felt the ticking of his life's clock even more keenly than I did. Oh, sorry. Ren, before long, the Holy Grail will appear. It is the duty of the Tosakas to obtain it, but above all, it is a path we are destined to walk as mages. Sorry, I didn't do the voice. I was just reading. And with that, he ruffled my hair one last time and left. I never saw him again. My father/teacher was one of the masters who participated in the Holy Grail War. He never came home. Itterashaimase. Safe travels, father. I bid him farewell, as a well-behaved daughter should. I knew I was on the verge of tears, but I didn't let them show. I loved him. He was a great father and an even greater mage. Mages are stubborn people. As far as I knew, there wasn't a more upstanding man in the whole world. As my instructor, he trained me. As my father, he loved me. So I decided I'd accept the things he left for me and choose my own path. Ren, before long, the Holy Grail will appear. Is this someone saying this, or is this just... I don't know. It is the duty of the Tosakas to obtain it, but above all, it is a path we are destined to walk as mages. In the end, his final words for me were given as a mage, not a father. That's the moment I made up my mind. Alright, I guess I better do everything I can to become a worthy mage. It's only natural for a prince to live up to her master's hopes. That's how I, Rin Tosaka, grew up after experiencing life's twists and turns. It's been 10 years since my father went off to war. I wouldn't say I've been looking forward to this day, but I'm a bit on edge. That goes without saying. After all, the moment which was burned into my memory 10 years ago will soon be upon me again. Okay, I'm intrigued. January 31st. Okay. I was just looking at I don't know how to say Ichigatsu, something like that. Sanjuji, something along those lines. I hear something. Okay, gosh. Don't shake my screen. Ring, ring. Ring, ring! Get the phone! Shut up! Stop! The noise doesn't stop. It's such an infernal racket. It's almost as if it's here to avenge my father. I don't know if she's a little girl anymore, or if she's... No, that was 10 years ago. This is 10 years later. Okay, so no longer a little girl. Big girl now. What now? How was it played? Just a little longer. I wish it just let me sleep a bit more. In fact, it should. I stayed up into the early hours deciphering my father's will, and I used a hell of a lot of magical energy to do it. I'm totally exhausted, body and mind. Good grief, cut me some slack, would ya? Ring, 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 get up. The alarm clock is deaf to my complaints. What kind of machine makes a noise that seems like its sole purpose is to remind you that you're late? Late? I can't be late. True, but there's a time and place for everything. No matter how much of an overachiever I am, I should try to make it to school on time, at least for today, if only slightly. Oh, right. I set my alarm 30 minutes early, which means I should still be able to sleep another 30. Doesn't that sound off? 30 minutes early. Oh, 30 minutes early. I peer at the alarm clock through sleep-heavy eyelids. The hands point to 7 o'clock on the dot. I usually get up at 6:30, which means I've completely used up my safety margin. I better get up. Speaking of which, why is my brain so slow in the morning? I glare at the alarm clock for several seconds. I shut off the alarm and climb sluggishly out of bed. I almost punched my desk to make the sound effect of slapping an alarm clock. Probably a good thing that I did not punch the desk. Hurt my hand. Desk probably would have been okay. Tweet, 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 tweet. I don't know why I decided to do that. The morning chill bites at me as I cross the hallway and enter the parlor. This is the final 7 a.m. in January. Winters in Fuyuki are relatively warm, but the mornings here are cold as anywhere. Are as cold. What? Grammar? Hello? Even at home, my breath mists white. It's that much colder without anyone else living here. Heater, heater! I turn on the heater and go wash up. Single living is so inconvenient at times like these. Sorry. If there is someone else here to wake up before me, then the parlor would already be heated. Do you not have what time period is this? Do you not have heat and air? Or is that not a thing in Japanese? Or in Japan, not Japanese. I wash my face at the sink. I run a brush through my long hair and get dressed. A chilly morning in a frigid bathroom. The only thing to be said for it is that the cold water mercilessly beats the sleepiness from me. What cold water? Oh, there's a notification there. With a final tug on the ribbon at my collar, I finish getting dressed. All that's left is to have breakfast and go to school. Also, apologies if you can hear my laundry going in the background. It's in another room. It's just very loud, and I don't know if it's getting picked up or not. The clock reads just past 7, so my morning rush feels a bit anticlimactic. Oh, I don't even need to run then. Of course, I'd never do anything so uncouth as sprinting to school. The Tosaka family motto dictates that we conduct ourselves with confidence and elegance at all times. Woo, big magic thing. Oh, okay, I thought that was popping up in front of me. My ancestors must have been some high and mighty aristocrats, if that's what we've taught through the generations. The anachronistic mansion I live in is proof enough of that. Plus, the Tosakas are a line of spell weavers who practice what is known as magecraft. We're not just an old family. We have an admirably storied history. You can tell this is serious because the music cut out. And now it's sad. Not that it's anything to brag about. In fact, I literally can't talk about it. Oh, that was in quotes. The truth is, I'm a mage. Who could I even brag about that to? As the name suggests, magecraft is what most normal people would see as magic. It sounds like some supernatural woo-woo. Okay. And if you'd like to think of it as just wiggling your fingers and saying abracadabra, that's fine too. Just think of us as people who chant weird words and make equally weird stuff happen. That said, we don't fly around on broomsticks. We don't shoot stars out of wands either. We can do things kind of like that, but there's no point, so we don't. I'm pretty sure we're pretty much heretics who lurk in the shadows of society. We're not allowed to draw attention to ourselves, and anyone who has the time for that kind of thing oh my gosh. Oh, get it together. And anyone who has the time for that kind of thing would rather spend it on their research. Ordinary humans might call us magicians, but that would be wrong. In fact, there are only 5 magicians in the whole world. Magicians are what we call people who can do something no one else can. They can accomplish feats beyond the means of modern science and perform genuine miracles. Similarly, magic is the label we use for mystics, magical mysteries that can't be realized with any amount of time or skill. While magecraft, though it looks mysterious, is something anyone can do with enough time and resources. I'm a mage, and the kind of mystics I use are merely magecraft, not true magic. Confusing. I know. I am confused, but that's how it works. Also, modern civilization doesn't accept the existence of mages. We believe in, manipulate, and study things that can't be measured, which puts us at odds with modern society. Above all, there's no point to any of what we can do, or of what we do. Wait, if you study something that can't, how can you study, well, okay, you can study theology and stuff, okay, and that's not measured in traditional sense. Never mind, I'll back off. You'd be so much happier just going off to a normal school and becoming a normal adult than you would studying magecraft. Human technology has accomplished great things. For the last few centuries, magecraft has been playing catch-up to the progress of civilization. Nothing is impossible for humanity anymore. Miracles that could only be realized with magecraft in the distant past have been reduced to common tools and appliances. Even so, magecraft does have its benefits. Just as there are some things only science can accomplish, there remain heights only mystics can reach. If science is racing into the future, then mages are racing into the past. I think the Tosaka Grandmaster said that. Whether you're heading into the past or the future, your destination is the same. 0. Or something like that. We can shelve the difficult topics for now. Philosophy is for the elderly. I like philosophy. I'm 24. I'm not an old man. My students that I teach think I am. I'm not an old man. I finished my breakfast and picked up my bag. Sorry for the I was looking at a message someone had sent me. They were talking about their grandmother had passed away, so it's kind of like, oh, okay. Anyway, I finished my breakfast and picked up my bag. Oh, right. Gotta bring my pendant. I'm reluctant to take something so valuable to school, but it would be a waste to leave it behind. What's the pendant for? I mean, this thing's 100 years old. It's by far the most powerful jewel we have. Okay. One could even say it's an entirely different level. I obtained the gem after decoding my father's will last night. It's imbued with 10 years worth of my own magical energy. I've been told that the Tosaka family has heirloom jewels. Restart. Rewind. I've been told that the Tosaka family has heirloom jewels passed down since the olden days, and this might be one of them. Tosaka mages specialize at the conversion and flow of power. We channel our magical energy into precious gems whenever we have a spare moment. Why aren't you doing this then? Right now, you have a spare moment. You're talking about a chain and a pendant with me. Why don't you just turn around and turn, how do you do this? Start channeling that energy. I got a spare moment. Simply put, I'm the gun and the jewels are the bullets. Wait, what? I'm the gun. Jewels are bullets. Okay. The other main thing I've inherited from my father is the magic crest engraved into my left arm. Can I see that too? A magic crest is proof that I'm the heir to our lineage. It's like all the techniques of the Tosaka condensed into a tattoo. Can't let my guard down, even if it hasn't started yet. For now, I stow my pendant, my father's keepsake, in a pocket. The safest place of all. It's my trump card. There's nothing I can't do with the power stored in there. It's 7:30. I'd better leave soon if I don't want to be late for school. That's a school building? Lock code 3. Schlombung. Something like that. I weave energy into a brief foreign phrase. Oh, okay. As a mage, I can't neglect the security of my home base. That still applies even if I've never had so much as a single burglar, lost child, or stray cat wander into my home. Actually, I don't think the neighbors have ever even come over to say hello. That's fine with me, but why don't I ever get any stray cats around here? I look up at the mansion that's been my home for over a decade. Fuyuki is a strange city. One side of the intersection dividing the residential areas is filled with old samurai estates, while the side I'm on has an abundance of mansions built in European style. Gosh, I can't stop burping. Apparently, a whole bunch of foreign families immigrated here long ago, but I've never seen a single foreigner around. There's even a cemetery for foreigners in Shinto, the new part of the city, across the river, but it was built for the generation that immigrated here. Maybe Japan just didn't suit them. I make a mental note to ask the priest about it next time I visit the church. He's nothing if not full of boring trivia for sure. Okay. Let's do that. Can I... Okay. Something feels off as soon as I step outside. That's weird. It's quieter than I thought. There's no trace of the typical morning bustle. Bustle, not Brussels. At 7:30 in the morning, there would normally be students and workers on their daily commute. I guess it's just one of those days. What is one of those days? Have you ever seen one of these days? You just said that every day, well, you did say usually, not every day, but which one of those days? Maybe everyone slept in. No, this is suspicious. You just talk about magic and stuff. Why don't you assume something magical happens? It's unusually cold today, so everyone must be snuggled up in bed. Still though, even if that were true, it's strange that there isn't a single student on the street. At this time of day, you'd expect to see at least a school uniform or two. And yet, from where I'm standing, at the school gate, it looks like morning club activities are just starting up. Which can only mean... Wait, if they're just starting up, wouldn't that mean that you would see students doing them? Which means you are seeing uniforms? Which can only mean... Oh gosh, she looks so smug. Oh, Tosaka, you're awfully early today. Okay. I don't speak Japanese well enough to know the difference between these voices. I wish there was a little bit more of like a this person's talking, this person's talking. Maybe there'll be more of that later. I don't know. I knew it. With a light sigh, I turned to face the student who called out to me. Oh, that was all her. Never mind. I'm stupid. Again, I don't know who this is. Maybe her. She's smiling at me, giving me a weird face. Morning. Sure is cold today. Oh, whoa. What did I do? I don't know what I pressed. The girl who addresses me so casually is Ayako Mitsuzuri. She's my classmate in 2A, and she has quite a history. This is me. Okay. Morning, Mitsuzuri. And sorry for the weird question, but do you know what time it is? It's not even 7 yet. You still asleep or something? She waves her hand in front of my face as if to ask if anybody's home. Ayako is one of my few friends, and she knows I'm not a morning person. She's probably figured out by now that I'm still not completely with it. The clocks at home were an hour ahead, all of them apparently. I thought it was just my alarm clock, but the grandfather clock was off too. What's going on here? Father must have set the clocks to go haywire once I took the pendant out of the underground cellar. Again, why did you need to take this pendant? Why would you have, if it was so important that you bring this pendant, why have you not done it before? And to know any of this? Tosaka? Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Are you on your way to morning practice, Mitsuzuri? Oh wait, that went back. Again, I can't tell when it switches. Make an indication, please. Yeah, there's a lot of troublemakers in the Kyudo Club, and we're down one of our best shooters. We need to put on a good show if we're going to attract first years in April. I see. Sounds rough. Way to show you care. Oh, wanna come see? I'm sure the boys would love to know you're watching. The Kyudo Club? I'm acquainted with 3 of its members. One is Ayako, the girl I'm talking to now. I barely ever speak to the other 2. Of those latter 2, there's one that I actually can't explain, away as simply an acquaintance. Wait, what? There's one that I actually can't explain away as simply an acquaintance. You got like a crush? I became friends with Ayako, the club captain, because I'd been watching the club from afar. Not stalkerish at all. Okay, as long as it's just watching, I'll come. It's not like I have seen anything else, or I have anything else to do this early in the morning. Nice. Then let's get going. I haven't landed on what I want to do with Ayako's voice. She's a little weird for me. Oh, it's right click. That's what it does. Okay, so I can save and do all that from here. Okay, speaking of, now that I know how to do this, this is where I'm going to leave it here for this episode. I'm probably going to record more immediately after this, so just to be able to rapid fire some videos up. Not looking, I used to be very like wanting to get big and stuff, but I just want to have fun with this. Let me, if you know anything about voice acting, you have any recommendations for me. Granted, there wasn't a lot of character happening here, but if you have any recommendations, anything you can point me to as far as like teaching tools or anything, I'd love to learn more about this. I'm not trying to be professional about this. It's just, you know, having fun, but love to learn more. I will catch you in the next one.